Okay, so we are live now, and if I go to my charts, here would be the first gold drilling entry. Let me go ahead and send this link off to people. I need to make sure that it's actually working correctly. Oh, I kind of had a... Okay, so gold drilling entry, the first entry, so this is the first entry it would be entering right now. So let me go ahead and... Okay, so first entry on gold drilling would have just entered right now. If the first entry loses, obviously you wait for a second and third entry, but okay, let's see. Stop loss is 2 pips below the candle with the imbalance. It was a big imbalance, so take profit as either midnight open or high of day, which would be 4, but I think midnight open is good enough. We do have news at 10, and I haven't entered this, but I may enter it. Let me go ahead and take a look. We may enter this trade, I'm not sure yet. So you could enter a small position in this. Obviously, if it's in drawdown, the more drawdown it's in, the better for you. But this is the gold drilling entry before 820, okay? Which reminds me, I do not believe we looked at the gold drilling yesterday, did we? We did see it over here, but TP was hit, and today this is it here. I'm going to see if I can take a small position here. Let me go ahead and take, what's the stop loss looking like right now? So it's about a $2 stop loss, right? So if I was going to risk 0.4%, I would probably be risking around about a 0. Probably like a 1 lot, 1 or 2 lots. So I will probably enter a one lot trade here. Just because this is an entry before 820, and I do need to enter more trades. So it's a very small trade if it loses. It's not really anything big. I do need to enter. What's the stop loss on this? 164. Okay. Oh. For some reason it's not letting me enter. It's not letting me drag the stop loss for the other one. Whatever. Take profit, we said it would be midnight open, so I'm going to look at midnight open here, and let's see, where's midnight open? Midnight open is at 1962. So this may hit stop loss really quick, but it's a very, very small trade anyway. $1962 would be all the way up here. Okay. Very optimistic trade. We do have very, very little chance to win it, but because it's such a small trade, it won't really change anything if it loses or wins. And we can't get too attached to losers. Alright? Don't get attached to losers. If it loses, it loses. If it wins, it wins. And what's up, put speed? So this is a small trade on the gold drilling entry. If this loses, we will take another entry later on, but this is the first entry we're taking. I think my stop loss is 166 for both trades. Okay, so about 300. So it's a 0.3% risk. And then we'll do the same thing. If it hits stop loss, we're going to do the same thing we usually do, which is let me go ahead and edit my, okay, never mind, I don't need to edit my stop loss. We will wait for 3 more of these setups, alright? If it hits stop loss. If not, then we'll just wait. Once it reaches this level, we'll move to break even. Alright, I'll be right back really quick. Let me just go AFK. I just need to check something outside. So, the idea is that we want price to go up here now, which it may not until after news, but looking on the daily here, price may want to reach down here before it goes up, and it may go up after news. On the 4 hourly, we should revisit this area. On the 1 hourly, it looks like it could make a comeback and go higher. And let's see, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, they're all not doing anything. Alright, 5 minutes has some support down here. And obviously, 1 minute. We may see this trade, the first entry of gold drilling, get stopped out. Right? It's getting close to where it's going to get stopped out. We'll see. Alright, I'll be right back while we wait to see what happens with gold. So this is the first entry on gold drilling, which is a 0.3% risk. And what I'll do is I will probably risk 0.3 on the other trades as well. So a total loss would be 1%, 1.2%, which is okay. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'll be right back. the first, let me go ahead and add text. Where is the, I do believe, I want to add, I forgot which one, let's just add this. Alright, I'm back. And so this would have been the first gold drilling entry right here. Gold drilling entry number 1. So I'll probably add a text right here, and we will say gold, let's make it 20, and gold drilling entry 1. Alright, so that's the gold drilling first entry right here. Now it's after 8:20, so we could actually be getting a trade right here. So I will add let's see. So this is a regular entry right here. So Let me go ahead and add this. Okay. So here we have our regular gold entry. So this is the gold mining entry right here. We're gonna do 2 pips below this would be 66, and a 2R would be up here. Alright, so this is the regular gold entry right here. I took a smaller size trade. I do believe my stop loss would be overall it would be around a 1% loss. So I'm going to keep monitoring it, and we'll see when I left the TP open because we can exit up here or up here. This may continue to keep dropping. Here's the thing though, right? It's very, very, very bearish. So this is why I didn't risk a full percent on this trade here, because it's very bearish. I did not enter, there's no gold drilling entry number 2. It has to come down here first. But we do want it to keep going higher, so let's take a look at 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes, we want this candle to go up. 30 minutes is about to end. Okay, 5 minutes, it is very bearish. Overall, pretty bearish. We do have it is a confirmed regular gold mining trade. It's not a drilling entry yet until this imbalance is touched. Let me move this to the side here. I believe the total risk was about 0.7 or 0.8%. TP is open, but I'm going to manually exit up here. The idea is that price will reverse a little bit and then shoot up. It is very, very, very bearish, so I would like to see it reverse a little bit before it continues going down. And I'm just following the rules. The idea is that it doesn't matter if it's very bearish today. Our signal is bullish, and we do have a bullish bias, so you just gotta take every signal. It doesn't matter how the market looks for you. You just have to take the trade, because we don't know which ones are gonna win or lose. Okay. And if it loses, it's fine. Not every trade is gonna win. It may touch inside this imbalance right here. And we do have NZD news later, by the way. Okay, so it's finally touching inside this imbalance. We would like it to stay above the imbalance, but it may very well just stop us out as well. Like I said, it's very bearish, but we have to take the signal anyway. Okay, so it didn't close below it, but if this one doesn't hit our stop loss and it reverses, we have a good chance it may continue going higher. Let's see. It may take us out on this candle. I do like Funded Engineer, or because they do have really good spreads. It's only a pip on gold right now, so I think we're gonna get stopped out next candle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get stopped out. Okay, we got stopped out. Alright. Now, I'm probably only going to take one more drilling entry, right? If we get a drilling entry, but I'm pretty sure, because then I would have taken 1% and I think I took 0.3% on that. But I'm not going to risk more than 2% today. And yeah, we're just waiting. Okay, so that was my trade here. I don't know if you guys took the loss, but we'll see. Let me see what the daily is doing. Daily looks like it wants to keep going lower. Let me delete this text. Alright, give me one moment. Okay, so this week we're pretty much starting at a loss. Earlier we did take a loss on a trade. I took 0. I do believe, let me double check that. Close trades. Let's see, so we took about a couple small losses. Yeah, we took less than 2%. Which is okay. Give me one moment, let me see. I'm still watching to see if we get a trade here, but I'm probably not going to trade anymore. Just because we do have news trade later that I would like to take a trade on. So Okay. Let us take a look at what gold is doing. Okay, it has another engulfing here, but it's too close to this engulfing, so I don't think this one will work out. You have one drive down, two drives down, three drives down. We may get a fourth drive before it starts going higher. So I wouldn't take this right here. And also because I already lost this trade, I'm not really taking another entry. But if you didn't take the first one, then obviously you can take this one that just showed itself. Okay. Let me... So I've taken about a 1.6% loss. I do believe it's 1.6% right now. Yeah, so this is why I didn't want to take this trade here. It doesn't look like it's going to work out. We might be getting another drop before it goes higher. While it does its thing, I'm going to take a look at tonight's trade. Well, this evening. We need to prepare for that trade as well, which is going to be on NZD News. Okay, so, oh, look at this. Interesting trade right here. Let's see how far it has to go up to hit take profit. So stop loss is 2 pips below there, and take profit would be right here. Let's see if it can reach up there. I haven't taken the trade. I'm just looking at the risk reward tool on the chart. I didn't take the trade. I'm not in it. I am trying to calculate something. So we have news later, and I'm trying to make sure that we are prepared for it. Okay. Let's see. Did any of you take any gold trades? The only trade I took was the losing trade right here. And this one here, obviously. Gold miners setting up. I mean, gold drilling is setting up right here for another entry if it can touch this. And take profit for gold drilling is still up here, so if you could get an entry on that, that would be pretty good. After this trade goes up here or not, because I didn't take it, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to review tonight's trade on what we're going to do. And hopefully this time we don't get slipped. Make sure you're not using my Forex funds, guys, by the way. Do not use my Forex funds for news trades. I noticed they have really high spreads. Okay. So, so far, we are down on the day and the week. So we're actually in a loss for the week, right? Because we didn't get a trade yesterday. Okay, so it's dipped into this, right? Let me go ahead and delete this so we can watch the imbalance here. So technically, let me go ahead and remove this as well. So gold drilling, you have 1 entry, 2 entry, 3 entry, right? And if this one was to lose, you only have 1 more entry you can take, right? Because you're only taking 4 entries and each one is 0.5%, so overall you lose 2% on the day if you lose all the entries. Okay. Give me 1 moment. I think I'm almost ready to start talking about the news trades later. Okay, guys. Let's take a look at news later because it doesn't seem like we're getting anything. Okay, so the news we have tonight is, let me go ahead and look at forexfactory.com. We actually have news at 10 a.m., but I don't hedge on USD news anymore, okay? Reason I don't hedge on USD news is because of what happened last week. I tried. I usually don't do it anymore, but I tried last week and got burnt. But right here at 6:45 p.m. tonight, so in about 10 hours, we have NZD news, right? And this is a good news event, right? It's unemployment change and unemployment rate. And what we're going to do is, we're basically, if I could go back here, we're going to be selling. So let me see when the last time it had unemployment rate, just so I could show you guys. So the last time it was on May 2nd for the unemployment change, and for the, yeah, so May 2nd. Let's go look at May 2nd really quick. May 2nd is right here. So we had May 2nd is here. I'm looking to see where the unemployment change was, what time it was. Let me go ahead and look at, what time was it? It was at 6:45 p.m. Okay, so 6:45 p.m. was right here. So this was the news candle, right? And so this is what you do. At this candle right here, you're going to short, right, with a 15 pip stop loss, right? Or you could use 16. If your broker has spreads, you want to add 15 plus your spreads, right? Usually it's like 1 pip on funded engineer, so you may need to add 2 or 3 pips depending on whatever. So right here, and your take profit is going to be 3R, right? And that would have been the trade. So it might have been unlucky if, let me see if I can replay this. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart, right? So maybe since you enter right here, we can't go on the 1 minute. So let's assume you entered somewhere in the middle of this, right? Maybe you would have had a little bit more room, right? But if you entered at the end of the candle, which you probably don't do anyway, you could have got stopped out by spreads if you do not use like a pip or 2 buffer. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then the next candle basically went down, came back up, went down, and yeah, then it hit take profit. Now, you're not putting take profit immediately, right? What you're going to do is you're going to leave the take profit out of it, okay? You're going to leave the take profit out of it unless it starts doing this. So if you don't get hit immediately, then you put take profit at 3R. But let me see if I can go back even further. Let's take a look at the one before that. So if I go January 31st, I'm not sure if we can go all the way back to January 31st, but we'll try. January 31st, I believe. Let me see what time it was. So January 31st, it was at 4:45 p.m. 4:45 p.m. Okay, so that was pretty early. So January 31st was right here. 4:45 p.m. And I'm not sure if I looked at it at the right time. Let me see. So this is January 31st, and unemployment rate was 4:45 p.m. on NZD News, and this one was November 1st. Okay, so that makes sense, right? So both of these were January at 4:45, and okay, I had to make sure the time zone was the right one. So January 31st, 4:45 would have been right here, right? I had to make sure it was in EST because usually we don't trade this late, but if you're selling this, right, because you're selling both right here, right, you're selling it for 15 pips, or 16, we'll say 16, and 3R take profit. This side got taken out, right? But if I go to NZD USD, and on NZD USD you don't use 15 pips, you use 10 pips. So January 31st, let's go back here first, and '31st right here. Okay, on this one we use 10 pips, so you got in right there near the end of the candle. We're gonna assume that you got in maybe a little bit higher, right? Obviously you never got stopped out. You used 10 pips stop loss on this, or maybe 11 pips because of spreads, right? 11 or 12. And if you don't hit 3R on the first, if this candle does not get you into 3R, you could then set your take profit at 3R, and obviously you would have hit it right here. So yeah, you lose pound NZD, but you win NZD USD. So, and since you're winning 3R, so if we open up a calculator, right, you're losing 1R for sure. Okay? You're losing 1 but getting 3. So you're losing 1, but you're gaining 3, so you're profiting 2. Okay? So if you risk 1% on each side, you're for sure losing 1%. Okay? You're then going to win 2%, well 3% on one side. Because even if it's down here, let me see if it's down here and you had 11 pip take profit. Obviously your max here would have been 3.6, so you're not gaining more than 3R. But in some cases you will earn more than 3R, okay? So keep that in mind. Worst case scenario, you lose both sides. Now last night we had AUD news. AUD USD was the winner, but if I show you what happened here, I almost would have profited. So I took it on 2 different brokers, and one of the brokers I took it on, I bought and sold one, which made me, so even on the one where I won, I didn't sell both AUD USD and pound NZD. But obviously if you shorted right there and 10 pips stop loss on this, or 11 pips or 12 pips, whatever, 12 pips if you have spreads, you would have hit 3R on this candle, and when it started going up, you could have put your take profit, set your take profit, right? Don't set your take profit immediately, because sometimes it could shoot down way lower. And if you were on my Forex funds, then let me show you what happened. You probably got slipped on this trade on the stop loss. What should have been a 16 or 15 pip stop loss, I think ended up being like a 40 pip or something stop loss. So keep in mind that don't use my Forex funds. I think I've already said that, but so this lost 1R, but then AUD USD won. So anyway, what we're doing tonight, guys, is pretty simple, okay? At 6:45 p.m. tonight, New York time, so at 6:45, okay, you're going to sell NZD USD. So let me go ahead and type in a box at 6:45 p.m. New York time. So this is going to be the signal for today, right? Sell AUD. Oh no, not AUD, sorry. NZD USD with a 10 to 12 pip stop loss. TP is open. Now I'll explain the open in a second. Sell GBP NZD with 15 to 18 . Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. So this is what you're doing tonight, okay? Well, actually you can't sell it at 45. You need to sell it at a little bit less than that. So we'll say at 44, right? Risk 1% on each side. If both sides lose, you're going to lose 2%. If one side loses and the other side wins, you're going to make 2%, okay? So worst case scenario, you lose 2%, which is a very low percentage of chance to lose. Let's take a look at what gold is currently doing. So on the 15-minute, so this is the setup I use for, I had a trade earlier and it lost on gold. It does look like it wants to break this low right here, so I'm going to see what happens here. So if we look on the 4-hour, right, we do see that gold wants to go down here and break this right here. And if we go on the 15-minute, we see yesterday price gave a nice sell. So remember the sell we took was right here. If we had taken the sell over here, right, look at how much it would have dropped. It didn't quite go up here, so we wouldn't have got stopped out. But I think when we took the sell yesterday, it was a little bit too early, and later on it ended up waterfalling, which it's still doing it. Today, I expect that we will see either this low taken out or we will see a reversal. If you don't have this, just screenshot this so you remember, okay? I'm about to stop talking about the news trade. I do have 2 more things to talk about before I end the stream, because I want to make sure that I'm providing you guys with some value. When there's no trading, I still want to provide value. So basically, this here, these little pointers are basically swing highs and swing lows based on fractals. And what I want to see is liquidity grabbed and then reversal, right? With stochastics giving us that crossover, which will tell us that price is ready to reverse. Here there was liquidity grabbed right here, but look at how far it's gone down since then, right? Yeah, I don't know about this right here. So even if it starts going up, I'm probably not going to take it, because price looks like it wants to break this right here. And if price breaks this, then we will have new trade setups. In 1 hour, we have USD news. What I also wanted to show you was, if I skip to this chart here, right, I want to show you guys this. So I'm going to go ahead and this is a free setup that I wanted to show you guys on stream, okay? So today it lost, right? I just showed you guys that it lost, but I want to go back maybe starting last week. So here's what you could do for London session, okay? Really easy setup. It's not really, it's like a 1 to 1.2, so risk reward is 1.2R. So it's not really that great in terms of risk reward, but let me show you how easy it is. So it's just like the USD JPY. At between midnight and 2 a.m. you're gonna mark the high and low, or the swing highs and swing lows, and after 2 a.m. you simply wait for price to break it. So if I go here and we back up a little bit, let me go ahead and just delete this for a second. So where's midnight? Okay, so this was the last swing high. So this is the 2 a.m. candle, right? It breaks the swing low, which was right here. I go in 1 minute, and what we look for in 1 minute is an imbalance below. Sorry, my Google Chrome just. Okay. I'm not sure why TradingView's notifying me. Anyway, we find an imbalance. Okay. Right here. And what we wait for is price to come back to the imbalance below the line, okay? It has to be below the line. There's a few more rules you'll have to follow. But look, if we go like this and you enter it, your take profit is $3.6. Your stop loss is $3. So it's pretty simple. Every time it's always going to be the same thing. Stop loss $3, take profit is 3.6, right? And obviously you could use slightly lower stop loss, but obviously it's not going to change much. But last month it got about I do believe 83% win rate. So the risk reward is not that bad when you think about it, because it had 18 trades and 15 won. So if I just fast forward this, I could show you the other days what happened, because I have it recorded, right? Okay, so right here you have the swing, right? 2 a.m. starts, it breaks that swing, and we want an imbalance above the swing. And you get one imbalance right here. You could technically take that imbalance right there. You could take it right here, but I took it based on this line, above this line. But you could obviously take it like right there. And it enters. And it hits take profit, right? Let me go ahead and fast forward. So this is all last week. I do believe. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we're about to come up to a trade. So last week you had 1 win, 2 wins. And I've searched the whole, like, I've done back test for the whole month. Okay, so this was the 2 a.m., right? The last swing high from midnight to 2 a.m. was this, the high, right? The high right there. So if we just go on the 1 minute and we look for an imbalance, it doesn't happen here. You could say this is an imbalance right here, but I prefer it to be something more visible like this. And it didn't matter, you could have used that and still won. But let's see if this one won. So take profit is 1.2R. It's always the same, okay? I do believe this might have lost, but it doesn't matter. So this is Wednesday. Yeah, I think this was a loss. Okay, so Wednesday lost, and then let's go back here. And then we'll tally up the score after. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so we have the swing low right there, and the swing high is up here, and okay, it breaks it right here at the 2 a.m. candle. So if I go to 1 minute, you will notice we have an imbalance right here and right here. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I would suggest using the lower one, and it hits take profit, right? And I think we have Friday. Let's go see what Friday did. It might have been a no trade. I do believe I have it marked here, but there's no trade. Maybe I didn't really quite check properly, but let's see. Okay, So we have the swing high there. And swing low, I would say we're using the low, which is this right here, so I could just mark this as well. Okay, so it breaks there. Okay, it had this imbalance, but I don't like that. And it taps into this imbalance right here. I don't like that it's not above the line though, so 3R would be, $3 stop loss there. Take profit is 1.2. I don't like that this, I think the reason why I didn't calculate it is because it wasn't above, right? It wasn't above the line. But obviously it hit take profit, but I didn't count this, right? So if you didn't count it and you had, let's see, from Monday you had 1.2, 1.2, take away 1, so you had 2.4, take away 1, 1.4, 2.6. Yeah, and then you didn't count this, so last week you could have had 2.6R, and because this is a 1.2, you could risk something like 2%. I don't see too many losses in a row. I think the most I saw was 2. So if you're risking 2% and you just made 2.6, that would have been 5.2% last week without this Friday trade. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but if you have any questions, let me know. Let's take a look at what gold is doing right now as we speak. Okay. Let me go ahead and remove this, but gold on the 1 minute is just not doing much. It hasn't given another entry. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I don't think we're gonna get any setup, so I'll probably end the stream off here. I hope you guys learned something, and remember, tonight we have NZD USD. Let me go ahead and remind you guys, this is what we're doing right here. Please make sure you take a screenshot of this so that you will be able to place the trade and you don't miss out. I guess we will end it off here. Last but not least, like I said, I just gave you guys something you could be trading London session with. It's really profitable. So this was last week. Let me go ahead and show you the week before. So here you had a win right here, 1.2. Here you had another win, 1.2. Here you had another win, 1.2. So that's 3 wins. And then let's look at Monday and Tuesday, 1.2. Last but not least, 1.2. So the week before last week, you had 5 winning days, which equals to 6%. But if you're, 6R, but if you're risking 2% per trade on that, you made 12% the week before last week. And it's really simple. There's no, what do you call it? There is no, there's a word I'm trying to look for. It's very mechanical, basically. You're doing the same thing every single time. There's no, like, you're not guessing, or there's no, you don't have to think too much about this, okay? It's very easy to do, and I wanted to give it on stream because I know sometimes we don't get trades, and some of you might be up during London sessions, so you can have a trade like this in the mornings. And tonight I will be trading this as well, and I'll update you guys how it does tomorrow, okay? So I'll let you guys know. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me now, and if not, I will just end the stream off. I hope you guys have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions on Telegram or Discord. Talk to you guys.